bone broth is really expensive, and because I use a lot of that, I needed to find out how to make it more cost effectively. So I'm going to show you how to do that today. And as far as vegetables, just use whatever you have laying around. I had carrots and celery and onion, and I'm going to go ahead and chop those. They don't need to be tiny pieces. This is my bag of veggie scraps. Over the past weeks, any time that I have leftovers, and it was mostly garlic and onion skins, I would just throw it in the bag and then throw that into the freezer and then save it for whenever I'm making a bone broth. And so that really adds a lot of flavor, and then nothing goes to waste. I already had my chicken set up in there. Pretty much all I did to prep it was pull out the organs that were on the inside. They're usually like in a little bag, so you just reach in the butt area and pull it on out and put that in a bag, because you do want to save that for later. So they're called giblets. So I put my veggies in. Now I'm adding spices. So I had rosemary. I'm going to go ahead and add some salt. Broth always needs some salt. Also going to add a lot of pepper, and you're just doing this all to taste. I mean, you're not tasting it right now, but eyeball it and you can adjust later. I'm also adding herbs, and so I had some parsley here, some oregano, and also some thyme from my garden. And so I think that a lot of times we underuse seasonings, and so I want to make sure to add a lot. Then once you have all your ingredients in, you're going to add water almost all the way to the top. And doesn't that look beautiful? It already looks delicious, and it's not cooked yet. So from there, you're going to go ahead, and if you're using a slow cooker, set it for about 4 to 6 hours. I'd say maybe 5 on low. But unfortunately, my slow cooker broke halfway through. I had to switch it to the oven. So instead of in the slow cooker for 4 to 6 hours, I put it in the oven at 200 for that amount of time. And so in the morning, it was ready for me to pull apart. I went ahead and I shredded the meat off of the bones, separated it, and it sounds intimidating if you've never done it before like me, but actually everything at that point was just falling off the bones. It was really easy to separate the skins and the bones from the actual meat. It's easier than it looks. But then you're going to put all the bones and the skins back into the pot with the veggies, and then this is where you're going to add your giblets. And you're going to re-steep all of that in some water for another 24 hours. Your meat, however, is ready to go. So add a little bit more water to your crock pot. And from there, it goes back into your slow cooker, or in my case, my oven, for another 24 hours at 200 degrees. And so just leave your oven on low, or your slow cooker on low. 24 hours later, the house is smelling really good by now. You're going to go ahead and you're going to set up a bowl in your sink. I cleaned everything up before I put it there. I put a bowl in the sink and a strainer over it. And I'm going to filter out all the bones and the organs and the skins, and that beautiful, flavorful broth is going to be left in the bowl. Got lots of veggie scraps in there too. Our dogs are gonna love it. Now what I like about this broth is you can really see how much oil or fat is laying there on top. It's kind of glistening, and that to me is a sign of a good quality chicken broth or bone broth. And now I'm gonna go ahead and not can, but jar all of that. I'm gonna speed this up so it doesn't drag out too long. I was surprised how much broth that this one chicken made me. I believe that whole chicken cost me about $17, and I got a pound and 6 ounces of meat off of it, and then a little over 2 quarts of broth, and then scraps. And so after you pull all the bones out of that, and this is optional, but I don't want anything to go to waste, so I took the bones out. And the scraps, guess what? They get to go to our animals, and they really appreciated it. Oh, just over there. make the dogs happy, feed them, feed yourself. The finished product, it's beautiful and really, really cost effective. The meat is great, very soft, pulls apart easy, not too dry. That broth in that little container, I'm going to go ahead and freeze it. And these jars, a thick layer of fat is going to form on the top. And that's going to kind of cap it off. But now it's ready to use in your soups or broths, and that's how you make it.